Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, February 10th, 2014. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. Today, the futures are trading a touch lower. They're down about 3 points to 1790.5 per contract. Now, the futures did come roaring back last week, but this morning they're underwater by about 3 points at the moment. You could see they were actually down a little bit earlier around 6 a.m., but have come off the lows. So again, after last week's big power surge, especially on Friday, we'll see where this market winds up today. Again, generally after a big up day, the next trading day is a more subdued session. That's generally what you want to watch for. So we'll see if the market could inch up a little bit more today, but I'm not 100% sure. We may just wind up with a flat session. Even giving back a little bit would not be a surprise. I'm not 100% sure that will happen, but you should prepare for it anytime you've had that big rally. And last week, the final 3 days of the trading week, basically the market did rally off the lows. So we'll see where this goes today. Right now, futures are down about 3 points. Looking over the Asian markets last night, for the most part, they were pretty strong. The Shanghai Composite was up over 2%. The Nikkei 225 index was up about 1.75%, so good little move there. We did, I believe, have the Hang Seng lower by about a quarter of 1%, so I don't know if we can make too much out of that, but nonetheless, this is what we're looking at. This is what we're seeing. In Europe today, basically all the markets are basically flat with the exception of Spain. I believe Spain today is down about 1%, so pretty good decline in Spain. I'm not sure what's really going on there in Spain in particular, but nonetheless, we know the problems that face European markets are still very much alive. All right, let's take a look at some stocks in the news. We're going to start off with McDonald's today. MCD is the ticker symbol. I know the stock reported same-store sales. Right now, you're trading up around 96. There should be pretty good resistance here around 96.60. So keep that on the radar, maybe 96.50. It'll be somewhere in this vicinity. So again, I can't really see McDonald's make too much more of a move today. I'm not saying it can't go higher in general. The chart patterns aren't bad, but the stock's looking a little bit stretched. I'd probably see it get to around 96.60, probably stall out there. There's not really much we could do with the stock at the moment, but I did want to mention it today because it is plastered on the front of almost every website and as a big mover. But again, they reported same-store sales. I think the same-store sales may have even declined a little bit in certain places. But again, we're not going to make too much out of it. I don't think there's a lot of upside here for McDonald's. I want to take a look at Hasbro. They reported earnings as well. The stock is down a touch. It closed at $50.09. It's trading at $49.20. So Hasbro taking a little bit of a dip. I do have a level for Hasbro. If it gets down to around $45.35, it might even be $45.40. That's going to be a good spot to pick the stock up. I'm not sure we'll see the stock down there, but if it does get down there, that would be a good little level. Another spot you could watch for maybe a little intraday bounce would probably be around $48.50, $48.60. But again, the real big level I see for Hasbro, if the stock did decline, would be around $45.40. So keep that on your radar today. Apple's in the news. Let's see what we got for the stock. Apple's there's a firm out there that is telling people to vote against Carl Icahn's share back proposal. Again, I'm not sure what to make out of that, but either way, we only care about the share price. Right now, Apple's trading at around $521. It closed at around $519.70. So a little uptick for Apple today. There's a good amount of resistance around 524.85, 525 level. So again, that's what you're going to watch for if the stock can get up there. If not, it can pull back, and we'll see how that plays out. But right now, if the stock does move higher, watch for resistance around the $524.85, $525 level for Apple. Let's take a look at Barclays. Ticker symbol is BCS. Barclays today, this is interesting because I think the stock is coming under a little bit of scrutiny. It looks like The bank is being investigated for using personal data of 27,000 people have been breached. So that's a news report that came out, and right now it doesn't seem to really be affecting the stock. But I'll tell you what, if the stock gets down to around $17.20, that's probably a little bit of a intraday scalp level. If the stock rallies higher, you have a lot of resistance ahead around 1870, and then you have more at the double top, which is around 1950. But so with this news saying that 27,000 customers information has been breached, I'm not going to make much out of it, but just watch the stock price. 1720 is a good little bounce level. If the stock rallies higher, watch 1870, 1875 as some resistance. That's really all I have for that one. Let's take a look at Yelp. It looks like Yelp has signed a deal with Yahoo. Right now, Yelp is trading at $97.50. I have to be honest, I really have a hard time thinking there's much more upside in Yelp here without pulling back. So I would not be a buyer of the stock regardless. The stock is overbought. It's extended. Yeah, and it's a little bit on the thin side. Sometimes it can, today it popped above 100 earlier. Now it's back down to 97.50. I would be very careful with Yelp at these levels. If you own it, I would start trailing your stop loss. Let's take a look at Lowe's. Lowe's, I believe, reported earnings today. The stock right now is trading at 46.07. I don't really know what we could make of it. It looks like overall, I'm just trying to see if there's anything here I'm missing. Yeah, not all that much. So let me just take one more glance at it from a different side here, because Lowe's can sometimes be a really good mover. So yeah, maybe it's reporting earnings after the bell. But right now it is down about 50 cents. I'm not seeing anything terrible. I'm not seeing anything great. We'll have to watch this one. Still, the stock has a really, really good support level, though, at $42.80. Okay, so keep that on the radar. $42.80. If by some chance it does happen to fall, I'm not sure that's going to happen. It's right now trading at around 46, as you could see. But if the stock happened to fall, we're going to watch $42.80 as very, very good support, and that would be a scalp level to own the stock. Let's take a look at gold this morning. Gold is catching a pretty good bid. It's up about $11, trading at $1274.20. Let's go to the GLD, which is a good proxy for gold. You're going to see this trading at around $122.86. Again, there should be a fair amount of resistance around 123 today on the GLD, but gold is hanging in there. I got to say, it is not really backing off at all. Gold is holding up pretty well overall, and anytime gold is up, it generally means that the dollar yen is lower. And sure enough, look at the dollar yen today. Dollar yen is low, although it is coming off the lows a little bit, but dollar yen moves down. That is problematic for the stock market, and that will help to lift the price of gold. And that's the way it works right now. That's the correlation that's in place. You're not going to hear this stuff on CNBC. So again, watch the dollar yen chart. Probably the most important currency pair that you could find. In fact, since the dollar yen is down, you also notice that the stock market is down today as well. So again, market down, dollar yen down, gold goes up. That's the way it works. Let's take a look at oil this morning. Light sweet crude is down about 14 cents to $99.73. Oil, light sweet crude, almost back up to that $100 level. Let's take a look at the USO. You guys have known, I said in this video, this USO has resistance up around the 35.75, 35.80 level, and sure enough, that's where we went on Friday. Right now, that upper resistance line would be moved a little bit, and it would be around 35.90. So oil is still holding up pretty well, even though it is down ticking a little bit today. But you have to keep that resistance level on watch, and we'll see how this all plays out. I'm not sure if I see anything all that great for oil, but around 35.90 should be a decent little resistance level for the USO. All right, I think I've covered everything out here that I wanted to today. Again, Mondays are a little bit more on the more subdued side. Again, I would not rule out a little bit of a pause day here in the market, or even a slight pullback after last week's key reversal to the upside. So we'll keep that on the radar, and we'll see what the market does and what the market shows us. But with that said, everybody, I'm going to wish you all a great trading day, and I will see you all on the charts. Take care now.